So, man, I look horrible when I'm not in the sun, but in the sun I look gorgeous. I decided to stop right over here. I'm between, Market Street and Springfield Avenue. And I decided to stop here. Man, my hair got crazy. Because I saw the statue of Abraham Lincoln. So I decided to sit with him. And when I was sitting with him, I got a really ugly feeling. Really kind of, he's alive. Like, this statue is alive. Like, it feels, at first I was like, it doesn't feel right. And then it felt like it wanted to attack me. Like, I really felt like a real, not happiness. But I guess it makes sense. I am African American. I am part of one of the descendants of many in the slave trade, our ancestors. And Abraham Lincoln, regardless of them trying to be like, oh, he was so good to his slaves, he partook in the slave trade, and probably the RAPing of multiple African American women, and maybe even men, because, look, the Pope doesn't care, so why would a president, right? I just wanted to say that was a really weird experience. And then on the walls, somebody put, I'm gonna show you guys. Somebody posted these weird, I don't know if they're like postal stickers. Yeah, it's from the post office. It says, it's not just Trump and Republicans, Democrats keep them afloat. And then it says, protest Israel. But out of a nice, ideology, we have the nice little cabbages that I like. But yeah, going back, it was a really, it started off as a small feeling, and I just stared at him, but it felt like he wanted to rip my eyes out or something. This world has become very unique to me the last, what is this? This is November? Since July, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, for the last 4 months, I don't know what the hell my life has become in the last 4 months. I literally, ever since I've been like, God, what's going on? The last 4 months have been insane, weird, uncomfortable, unreal. I didn't mention in my last video about, all the all the New York Police Department following me around. It's literally like every subway station, every train station, every when I was at the airport. This isn't the first airport. I've been at the Queens airport, the JFK airport, twice already, and they were there a couple days ago when I was there. And then I took the New Jersey Transit and I went to Newark, and they were there when I got there. And if I sit somewhere too long, they love to tell me that. There could be so many other people, but for some reason it's directly at me. And but when I have my face covered, I don't get as much interference. Like I said, when you are targeted, they send your picture everywhere. They have somebody follow you, and they take pictures of your clothing. I remember for the longest time, people would take pictures of my shoes. So then I started to carry 2 pairs of shoes with me. I'd get on the bus, come off with a different pair of shoes. I wrote it out one time. Sometimes I'd get on the bus and I would be wearing a dress, but I'd have a jacket over it and it'd be zipped up. So it looked like I was wearing pants. And then on the bus, I would just unzip my jacket. And one of my jackets I used to use a lot, Russia Anderson got it for me. It was an inside out jacket. So you could put it inside out and it would still look like a really nice jacket. It was just totally different colors and everything. So that's what I would do. I would wear this inside out jacket. I would wear a dress under my jacket. And when I'd get on the bus, I would take my jacket off, put it the other way, and then I would have a dress on now. So when I got off, and then I'd have a different pair of shoes, usually small, it doesn't have, little slip-ons, that you would walk in the house with, flats or something. And I would just, go in those, and I'd have 2 different colors of them, usually generic colors that other people wear. So then I noticed all of a sudden people weren't wearing those shoes anymore. They'd be wearing certain sneakers or whatever. So then I'd start wearing those, because then they can't take pictures of mine because I look like everybody else. It's funny, they want us to conform, but when we conform to hide what they're doing to us, they don't like it. For example, when it comes to cars too, you'll notice, for my targeted individuals, you will notice when you are targeted and it becomes overt, because all of a sudden the cars are all white, black, or gray. Yes, red, they still do the whole COINTELPRO, they had the red cars were the followers, but I think it was, and I forgot what they call them, it's the red something, but anyway, for me, I had a lot of black SUVs in the beginning, a lot of black SUVs. And then I remember I was lying to Russia. I told him I would just lie to him over the phone because I know that they would hear me. And I said, I think I'm going to paint my car white. And I kid you not, the exact same cars were painted white the next day. Like, they literally spent 7-8 hours at night painting cars white, or at least taking off all their license plates and putting them on white cars so that they could follow me in white cars. This is what, and I say the government for this one in particular, because if you are funding the police department to use their unregistered police cars to do this, when there is no legitimate investigation, you haven't been told of an investigation, and there's no legitimate paperwork behind it, that's the government involved. That's the CIA involved. That's the FBI involved. That's, the Department of Homeland Security that's involved. So it's obvious when it's like that. Now, if it's smaller, oh, here we go. Somebody wants to all of a sudden come around. Now, if it's smaller, like you only have a couple of cars that you see the same license plates, that's different. That's more, it could be a small business owner that's partaking in your harassment. That could also be, police, but they're trying not to, they get their buddies from the police association or public safety association, or like I said, first responders, the medical clinics, medical hospitals, the education system. These are supposed to be the people that are supposed to help people. And they have sold their souls to the devil for profit, because we're a capitalistic country, just to destroy people. Wow, it says justice renders to everyone his due. Be merciful as well as just. That's a tough one for me. I'm trying. Laws are the very bulwarks of liberty. It's what's written on the building. Anyway, this has already become a little bit long. God bless everybody who genuinely is seeking God's approval, God's guidance, God's strength, God's mercy, and God's path to their purpose. God bless you all. I do love my enemies, for they have definitely made an amazing warrior out of me. I'm not a victim. I never was. I was a warrior during the process. I'm still a warrior. And like I said, you can't shame somebody that didn't consent to anything that happened to them. Why would I be ashamed of it? And why would I be ashamed of my body? That's another thing. When I was younger, I had a beautiful body. I still think I have an alright body. I don't think I'm like the best, but I'm comfortable with my body. So you can't shame somebody when they didn't do anything, and I hope that, for example, Will Smith can forgive himself for putting himself in a situation that made him feel guilty. You shouldn't feel guilty. You didn't do that to yourself in that sense. Yes, you can hold yourself responsible. I'm not, but I'm just letting you know that I understand people that have been drugged without their consent, people that have done acts without their consent, people that have been forced to do acts while conscious, whether conscious, unconscious, or not, without their consent. I understand you, I hear you, I feel for you, and I pray for you, because I am one of you too. And don't let them try to break you, don't let them try to take anything from you. All they're doing is destroying themselves. And that just proves how valuable and precious you are. Remember that when people don't like you, you can question it, but if you love yourself, then you understand it's not you that's the problem, it's them. And it's frustrating, it's saddening, it's, angering, and it's isolating, but understand that God is with you the entire time. As long as you believe in Him, you have faith in Him, and you genuinely love yourself, deal with your inner demons first. Don't worry about what other people are doing. And once you find your peace, and once you find your peace and wonderful relationship with your creator, nobody can stop you. Okay. So I love you. God bless. Take care. And it's hella cold. And I don't know if I want to take a flight tonight. I don't know where the hell I'm going. I'm just trying to get away from my stalkers, but it's kind of hard to do that by bus when, you know, the transportation system is partaking in the stalking. And it's hard to do it on foot because everybody's in a car. So I have no choice, but I'm still going to fight it regardless. That's just how I am. I fight it tooth or nail. I'm gonna fight. One thing I appreciated from my father is the fact that he chose to be in the military. I knew I couldn't be a dog in the military. Full Metal Alchemist, the Japanese anime. You know, Edward didn't want to be a dog in the military. Same mentality as me, but he became it so that he could do what he needed to do. I was a little more stubborn. I refused. I took a different route. I just wanted knowledge because I was not going to let anybody dictate how I was going to handle my body. And if all you people have a problem with that, who have used and abused my body without my consent, that's on you. That doesn't hurt me one single bit. For you to be upset at the fact that I don't approve of it, there's something wrong with you. Because I would never try to impose anything on you that you don't want to do. Don't get me wrong. I can be like, I could love somebody very much and be obsessed with them, but I would never put them in a position that I know they don't want to be in, whether conscious, unconscious, drunk, sober, medicated, sedated. I just wouldn't. And since I know my truth and I wouldn't do that to somebody, yeah, I expect that somebody better treat me the same way. And if you can't, bye. And if you're mad that I have those morals, bye. Like, why even waste the time to focus on me and harass me? Just go find your happiness elsewhere. Bye. Bye, Felicia. All right, there's too many people all of a sudden walking by. There was nobody before. So I know they're getting out of cars and walking around so they can see what I'm doing. God bless again. I love you guys.